This is Vanessa Constantino. My name is Ella Simpkins. And my first question I want to ask Vanessa is hearing Lulu's story, how does it make you feel?
Well, hearing Lulu's story is really disheartening. It's just a shame that people would treat animals the way that they would treat someone like Lulu, someone really innocent, and especially because dogs are so defenseless. The fact that humans take it upon themselves to hurt them just really breaks my heart.
Yeah, it's really sad. So, what is your opinion about animal shelters? What are some things that stick out to you?
Um, I think what sticks out to me is the fact that the animals are kind of caged so tightly, and you don't really necessarily know what goes on behind closed doors. That maybe they're getting abused or just being taken advantage of in a way that no one else thinks. And I think that it's sad that there's so many animals in animal shelters and not enough people are adopting them. Um, I know my mom won't let me adopt one, and it kind of makes me mad. But yeah, that just kind of annoys me.
Yeah, well, definitely in animal shelters, you have I feel like everyone needs to go and see what goes on in there because there's some great stuff that goes on, and they definitely take care of the dogs really well.
Oh, so
And they're living a lot better lives since they're in there rather than being abused by the people.
Yeah.
What is your opinion of bully breeds? So like pit bulls and Rottweilers.
So when I was younger, I used to have a neighbor who just adopted this Rottweiler, and she was beautiful. She was so cute. I think her name was Lila or something. And we used to play with her all the time in the backyard. And I always remember that I used to think dogs like that were scary, but being around someone like that dog just was really comforting to me. And she was so cute and playful. And I think that she, probably gets judged, but can't judge a book by its cover.
Hearing about how many animals are in shelters, would you adopt instead of purchasing from a breeder?
100%. Like I said before, I've wanted to adopt. It's more the fact that my parents won't let me. And, I think that goes along with some people just want to get it from a breeder. But I think that there's a huge, discrepancy between breeders and animal shelters. So if we can kind of take into account that animal shelters actually have a lot of nice dogs, it's just people kind of, are a little extra and they just want them from a breeder. I would love to save an animal. I'd love to save a dog more in particular. I'm a dog person over a cat. So if I ever get the chance, I would totally do that.
This is Erin Coleman, and the first question today is, hearing Lulu's story, how does it make you feel?
After hearing Lulu's story, definitely made me feel really sad. Owning two dogs and seeing how much joy they bring to my life and my friends' life who come to my house and see my dogs, it makes me want to learn more about that situation at hand and how dogs and cats are being treated so poorly, and how just doing something so little by going to shelter and adopting a dog from a shelter can make a difference.
Okay, so what is your opinion about animal shelters? What are some things that stick out to you?
So I think there's a huge stigma when it comes to animal shelters. I think that the media and movies and stuff like that have done a bad job of portraying what goes on in shelters and how the dogs or cats come out of the shelters. As I think there has been a huge shift in, which doesn't help because there are so many more animals in the shelter. But I just think that since there is a need for people to need to adopt more, they need to do a better job of showing how the animals are clean, they are nice dogs, and you can get the same exact thing as a natural bred dog while you're saving one if you go to the shelter. So I just think that there needs to be a change and show the shift of how much animal shelters can be used.
Yeah, I agree. What is your opinion of bully breed dogs, pit bulls, Rottweilers?
That kind of goes back into the whole stigma with animal shelters, but I personally am scared of them because of, I don't know why I'm scared of them. I think just because of, like I said before, the stigma that comes with these bully dogs. But I think that I see them on the side of the road, and the first thing that people say is oh, no, my dog's nice, don't worry. And then I pet it, and it ends up being nice. So I feel like if animal shelters do something where they have bring the animal shelters dogs to campus, and they do bring the bully breeds, and we can see that they are good and nice dogs, that maybe there will be a shift. But that also comes with portraying the shelters better than having ways to bring out the animals that are bully dogs.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great idea. Hearing about how many dogs are in shelters, would you adopt instead of purchasing from a breeder?
Probably, yeah. I definitely would after hearing that there is so much of a need. Owning 2 dogs, one actually is from a shelter and one is a natural bred dog. I had 3, one passed away, and so 2 were from a breeder, one was from a shelter, and my shelter dog is so cute, Oliver, and there's no issues, and he's just such a good boy, so yeah, I definitely will, and if we do decide to grow the dog count in my house, I definitely will be going to a shelter.
Wow, thanks so much.
Thank you.